Hello YouTube, my name is Justin Joshua and I am presenting you today with answers for a few questions. Is this the bottom? What is the order flow? And what can we trade? So this is my first video in English, so I hope you can understand me, but at least I will give you proper information. So leave a like if you like this comment. And I want to say, let's get started. So we will start on the higher time frame and we work our way down to the lower time frames, and then we will go to the order flow. So let's start with the higher time frame. Basically, we saw a nice distribution here at the top, right? So we had a distribution range here with 3 highs, and we broke the range, and now we are in an impulse. What I say to my community is, don't expect a proper bottom here yet. Why? Because every bottom will look like accumulation, right? Accumulation, accumulation, and the tops work like distribution and distribution. Okay, so what do we see here? We just swept these lows here. And probably we will get a bounce from here to a supply zone. We are waiting for a accumulation model, and that will always look like something like this, right? Here, for example, again and there. So don't go long just yet. But we are in a key demand zone on the daily time frame. Okay, here's a order block, and we are getting support right here. So I am expecting a bounce. I am not putting all my money into crypto just yet, because if we lose this level, this demand zone, there is nothing that will support price until 72 to 66k. That's really, really important to understand. So my not financial advice is just wait for the accumulation models before you enter. So we are in a POI. Where can we expect a bounce? So let's close the demand zones and zoom a little bit farther. And we are looking at the volume profile. If we place the volume profile from the top to the bottom, like this, we will find our low volume nodes right here. I already marked them in the chart. And these low volume nodes are very important, because people always look at the high volume nodes where many transactions were transacted, right? But that's not what market makers looking at, because market makers looking to fill and test the zones where low volume was. So first we can expect to bounce back to 88k, to this region. If we manage to break this, chances are that we will grab all these liquidity here and go all the way back to 110k, because here is a low value node. The market wants to see and test if here are enough buy orders to push further or not. Okay, but that's not the case. We are in a very bearish impulse right now. We're getting some support. I will show you the order flow in a second. So what I am expecting, well, I'm not expecting anything from this market, to be honest, but I am anticipating on probably a bottom that looks like this. We go to the low volume node. We create our range low, range high, and then we will start to accumulate. And then we can find a long entry in these demand zone. Market maker demand, do we call this, okay? So until you see something like this, you don't have to worry. You don't have to need FOMO. There is no sign of a bottom just yet. Plot this on your chart and play this model, okay? So what we want to know is we want to look at the order flow. because we need to know if the absorption we see right here is acceptable. Okay, so let me explain a little bit. How crypto works, how the markets work, is it's going from a state of balance. This is the high volume node, to an impulse where the market is out of balance and it seeks new balance. And then it will test low volume nodes like in here to see if the market accepts the higher price or not. And then we go down or we go back up. So we need to know if the absorption here starts for the next leg up. Okay? So to see that, we want to see a lot of sell pressure. Well, we have a lot of sell pressure. This column here is the delta, and we see it goes from light red to darker and darker red. So the selling pressure was high. A lot of aggressive marked sellers. But then the candle went up. So here was a lot of where a lot of limit buying orders holding the price up. So the delta is not yet positive. So that means the sellers are still in control of the market as we speak. But the point of control is down here, and the point of control of today is above. So the buying pressure is higher today. So that's a first sign that the buyers are stepping in to control this region. So if you go to the lower time frame, we also see this white line, and this white line is the CVD, okay? And if this white line rises, that means buyers are actually stepping in. So if the price is rising, but the CVD line is not rising, then it's just a fake out. Then it's just a fake move, a fake bounce, and we can expect lower. But that's not the case. Buyers are actually stepping in, and we can see it right here. There's a lot of blue clusters of buyers. Blue are the buyers, and we can see the sellers are trying to bring the price down, but the buyers are stepping in and getting the price higher. So it's really a bullish signal, first signal that we can expect some sort of bounce. But we will guaranteed test these levels once again if this will be the exact bottom. So that's why I'm saying don't rush. You really don't need to rush. Yeah, so what I would say, wait for accumulation if this accumulation model fails, right? So let's talk about that. Imagine we are making this range. We are going to the range high, low volume node, coming back down. Buyers are stepping in. These buyers here will get stopped out. This will be a stop hunt. Then the market makers or new buyers are stepping in, trying to get the bottom. And then this model fails. That happens. Let me show you. It happens right here. For example, here we had a kind of accumulation model. No, it's not a proper one because timing-wise it wasn't that good. But if this model fails, like here, and we just break the structure down, we go a level down. Well, in this case, it was a logical move. Why? Because we had a real daily demand POI right here. So that's like a magnet. And the liquidity I just show you here was just a target. So what happens next is we don't have any support. Like here, we had support back down here. But here, if we fill this model, here are no real demand zones. Okay? There will nobody be there to step up and buy the price again. And then we look here, the first front run demand. Let me make it clear. This is the last order block before this push higher, and we never retested this order block. So what happens if we front run such an important order block? It will be tested with a high probability once again later in time. And look where we are. We are very close to it. Dus the chances are that we will go lower. So I'm not expecting it, but I am anticipating on the probability if this model, accumulation model, right here, right now, will fail. And then I know Andrew Tate was talking about 26K. Do I think we go back to 26K? I don't know, but to be honest, there is a lot of liquidity here. So if we don't manage to make an accumulation here, what happens? All this liquidity here will be triggered, and what will be next? We will be looking at prices like 40K, and then if this liquidity here triggers like this, then we will go exactly to 26K. So is it possible? Yes. Do I think it needs to happen? No. Honestly, I am actually a believer in the new cycle theory. Like we have an accumulation model, and then we get an expansion, then we get distribution. Like this is the new market maker cycle, right? I think. So we should expect the accumulation model I just told you about. But yeah, let's play level for level, and in the next video I will tell you what we can expect. So thank you for watching, and I would love to see you in my next video. Bye bye.